Looks like we are streaming. Good. And all right. Hey guys, Ryan Raymond here. And tonight, what I wanted to do is just go over some basic research techniques and topics and find some unsaturated niches tonight for you guys so that especially beginners can learn how to find where there's opportunity on Amazon to sell rather than following the entire crowd. I think is going to be one of the best ways for anyone to move forward, is to find one of those niches that are underserved and offer them something that's going to make them want to buy and look for those opportunities that no one else has really dipped into yet. So if got this all set up right here, let me just do a quick jump. Hitting the wrong buttons. And there we go. Okay, so other quick thing of note here, guys, is Amazon just put out this message. Some merch t-shirts are currently not buyable on Amazon.com, and they just updated right now before I went live that all products are now restored. So if you've been seeing some sales issues or your shirts being unavailable, that is now resolved as of literally probably about 2 or 3 minutes ago. This just updated to say that it is live. So just for you guys here, rough end to August, good start to September. Last 2 days a little bit slow. 34 sales the last 7 days here. So anyway, what we're gonna do is do some research, and we're gonna start on Amazon tonight, and was kind of feeling I wanted to start looking at the 80s style, 80s retro style. So if you saw the thumbnail, it kind of had a little bit of an 80s vibe to it. I've been selling some shirts along those color schemes that I used in the thumbnail. So that could be some advice there for you guys. That white, that pink, and that blue seem to be doing well. And wanted to do some more research regarding just the 80s here we're going to start with. So I'm using AMZ Suggestion Expander. You can see here on the dashboard, AMZ Suggestion Expander expands out the suggested search results from Amazon instead of just the normal smaller suggestion bar. So you can see some more options with keywords before and after the root keyword. And I'm also using Keywords Everywhere, which puts estimated search volume per month and cost per click data. So right here, you can see it started with 80s shirt. So think about when you're doing your research, you're going to be just peeling back layers and layers and layers of onions. So we can start right here. We see 80s shirt has 900 search volume and is in the original suggested searches over here by Amazon. We also have over here 80s for women shirts. So that's something to keep of note here as we're going forward. All right, 80s shirt. So over 20,000 results came up for 80s shirt, and it's going to be a really broad niche. So you can see these types of colors, the blues, the pinks, the yellows are along the lines of what are going to be doing well. So a totally rad. We're not going to go out here and do totally rad. There's pretty much think about this. Any shirt that's selling well, if you do an 80s spin on it, it kind of becomes an unsaturated topic. All right, so let's look in here and see what else comes up on the suggestions. 80s shirt for women, for men, clip, tie, toddler, neon, men's 80s shirt, made in the 80s shirt. I love the 80s shirt. 80s for women off the shoulder. So let's go right here. We got the keyword here now, made in the 80s shirt. Let's see how far that breaks down the search results. So we went from 20,000 to 3,000. What were some of those other suggestions there? We had made in the 80s. What is, sorry, my computer is running a little bit slow here because I did boost the stream quality today. So we're going to see how that's going to do. May have pushed it too far. I guess we'll find out. So cassette tapes. All right, so that could be a potential keyword right there. Cassette tape shirts, 80s cassette tape, audio cassette. There's some baseball ones here. So floppy disks, VHS tapes, and cassette tapes. Made in the 80s, born in the 90s. So the 90s can be some good options here too. Just got to kind of think about your target demographic. So now I'm curious. I want to add made in the 80s shirt. And I'm going to remove the made in the 80s. And I'm going to say audio cassette 80s shirt. So I'm modifying that keyword. I saw one that had some good sales. You can see it had some decent sales on the front. So we know 80s keyword in 80s is doing well, and audio cassette could potentially be doing well here. So there's a floppy, a VHS, and a cassette tape again. Here's a patent graphic of the cassette tape broken out. So you have the never forgets. We're looking for some other keywords that we can add and really get this broke down. So let's see here. I saw another keyword here, audio cassette mixtape. So now we're down to 204 results, and it says searching for audio cassette mixtape shirts. Search instead. So I must have had a spelling error in there. Okay. Yes, I did. I only had one T. So it's showing the corrected results. Now, for keywords that are using audio, cassette, and mixtape, look at the color. None of these are really ranking well, but the ones that are using the brighter colors are. So what we're doing right now is we're taking that keyword and we're breaking it down and we're adding more and more words to it to build the opportunity to rank for different search terms that people are looking for on Amazon. What you don't necessarily want to do is just target cassette tape and hope it goes. You want to target that 80s. Let's see what else could be missing here. And I just like, this is kind of how I identify keywords. I look for keywords that I know on their own will be doing well, but by me using them, I can really narrow down the search results. And let's see if we can go even further. We had retro. Now what happens if I add the word vintage in here as well? Okay, that brought it down to 174. Still needing to get it down even further. We can go, what else could we do? So what sort of phrases could we do with this? I don't know. We've got mixtape, 70s, 80s, 90s, cassette tape, gift shirt, nostalgia, vintage, 80s retro music are the types of keywords here. Targeting for DJs, audiophiles, and musicians. I wonder if instead of cassette tape, I wonder if vinyl record, if I can spell. Vinyl record 80 retros vintage shirt. So that's 239 results. These are pretty low competition numbers, 239 results, and it's pulling up all these pop sockets that people left the word shirt in, so it's ranking for it. 200 results is really not that many to be competing with, and you can break into it with fairly relative ease with 200, depending on your tier. Now, if you're tier 10, laser target a couple of these keywords, make a good design for it. Look for something new, bring something new to the table that's not already here, and you're gonna stand out. 573 vintage vinyl. Let's look at what are some other things we can think of. Vintage airplane shirt. What comes up there? I don't know why I thought of airplane, but so 804 results. That's not bad. So how else can we break this down? So this has a sunset style. This one's an American flag. with a fighter jet. So how else can we break this down? Maybe we don't want to do jets, but we could do vintage airplane with American flag. How does that add another keyword? American flag. By adding an additional keyword, we'll narrow down the search results, because it's only going to find the results that have as close resemblance to that. So 312. All right. How much further could we break this down? Vintage airline American flag shirt for pilot. Let's add pilot to it. Now, most of them are probably going to use the word pilot, but you never know. A lot of people may just be missing a word that's relevant, and you can capitalize on that. So just by adding more words, you start getting a picture of who's using which words and how you can split them down. Okay, so let's transition back over here. So 232 for vintage airplane American flag pilot t-shirt. But it kind of really narrows it down, and you can see there's some good opportunity to step up and bring some new things to it, because none of these are really the retro styles sell well everywhere. So what happens if you add this retro word to it as well? 80s. So that's where we started as the root keyword for the night. And I apologize. I am going to have to try and back down how much I am streaming here at some point, I think, because it is driving my CPU usage through the roof. It's not telling me how many search results. It looks like it's only one page of results. So look at those keywords right there. It's not telling me how many there were, because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then it starts breaking it down. So retro American flag results has over 5,000. 80s vintage airplane has over 1,000 results. Retro vintage airplane has over 1,000 results. But that tells me that's a good root base keyword to build a design around. So you have retro, 80s, vintage, airplane, American flag, and pilot. I think all of those words are a great way of how you can get down to an unsaturated niche, bringing in elements from other platforms that are already known to sell well, or not other platforms, but I guess really what I'm trying to say is other niches that are doing well. So retro style shirts sell well, vintage style shirts sell well. We know airplane shirts were selling well. We knew pilot shirts were selling well. So combine them all together and